Hello boys and girls, welcome to another social studies lesson. In our last lesson, we looked at this book, Papa and the Pioneer Quilt, and we learned about how they traveled such a far distance to their new home using the wagon and the animals like the cows or the horses. Boys and girls, in today's lesson, we will look at iron horses. We will look at how they travel using trains. We will learn how the men built the railroad so that the trains can travel far distances. Our book is entitled Iron Horses. It's written by Verla Kay and illustrated by Michael McCurdy. It's written with phrases instead of sentences. Let us listen. Iron horses. Piercing whistles, shrieking wheels, hot steam hissing, high-pitched squeeze. They're talking about the train. Huffing, puffing, smoking stacks, screeching, stopping, end of tracks. So that's the train when it comes to a stop. Railroad barons, visions, dreams, thinking, planning, plotting schemes. Politicians, Congress, vote. Build your railroad, Lincoln wrote. So they're talking about building the railroad so that the train could go further. Survey parties, canvas tents, levels, transfits, measurements. They are surveying the land to see where they could put the railroad track. Work train, flat cars, blacksmith shop, kitchen, bunkhouse, sleep on top. Thumping, bumping, ties and rails, clanging, banging, spikes and nails. So you see that they are building the tracks for the train, and they are doing a lot of hard work. They have to lift all the heavy lumber or wood and take them off the truck. It's a lot of hard work. Rugged mountains, giant rifts, ragged, jagged, rocky cliffs. They have to build it through all of this mountainous land, so it's even harder work. Burly Irish, setting tracks, building trestles, bridging gaps. Massive outcrop, blocking way. Chinese, long ropes, basket swing. So here they have to build a bridge so that the train can pass. And the workers, Chinese workers, you see them in the baskets. How did they get up so high? They are going to blast away the rock so that the train can pass through. They are going to build a tunnel. Blasting powder, rocks in air, shattered shale everywhere. That's the dynamite carrying away the rocks. See some of the tools they have been using to build the railroad? Howling blizzards, barracks deep. Burrow under, workmen sleep. Piling snowdrifts, freezing rain. Shoving, pushing, snowplow train. So they're using the shovels to remove their snow that's blocking the way. They have a lot of men using these shovels to help lift the heavy snow from the track. Granite mountain, tunnel through. High Sierras, flowers blue. So they were making the track through the Sierra Mountains. Black clouds scuttle, billow high. Lightning crackles, splitting sky. They're going to have a thunderstorm. But time for pleasure, town of tents. Raucous, raucous, ladies, gents. They can celebrate as well. East gang, west gang, racing fast. Stubborn railroads went right past. So they're building it all the way to the west from the east. They continue building the railroad. Joined in Utah, end of race. Ceremony, spikes in place. They've come to the end of building their railroad, and they are so happy. Iron horses, burning oak, belching cinders, spewing smoke. So there the train has its track nice railroad track on which to ride. And you see the smoke, as they said, it's burning the wood to create the smoke. It's burning the wood so that the engine can get energy to work. Long ago, they used these wagons and they got stuck in the mud and they stayed long. But now the train can go much faster and further. So no more clippers, seasick folks, covered wagons, broken yokes. No more of that. Instead, they have the lovely train on which to travel. Train tracks finished, east to west, people smiling. This is the best. This is the end of our story about how they were building the railroad so that the train could travel further and that people can have a more comfortable ride. Boys and girls, this was an interesting story about building the railroad. Do you remember some of the tools they used? Let's see if you know the names of these tools. On this page, we have a tool that was used. Do you know the name of this tool? It's called the pick, and it helped them to dig out the stones along the way. I will go back to this page. Here they have special tools that they are using. Do you know the name of this tool? That's right, it's a shovel, and it helped them to lift a lot of snow so that they could clear the way to pass. Then we have more hammers. They use a lot of hammers to nail the lumber in place and to keep them firm. And this one, he is in the basket. He's been lifted up high up on the mountain by these ropes, and his special tool is a pulley. We will learn more about that too. These are some of the tools that we used. Do you think it was easier to build a railroad with tools? If they had no tools, would they get through with their work? They would have a much harder time. You're right. The tools did help them to build the railroad much faster and easier. Now, which is easier? Traveling by the train or traveling by the wagon? Yes, it's easier and better to travel by the train because the train was faster. It didn't stick in the mud. It had the special railroad that they built for it, and it went much faster. So the journey was cut more than half the time, and everyone enjoyed the train more than the wagon. Boys and girls, in our next video, we will look at our science lesson. We will be talking more about tools that we use today. We will talk about simple tools that make our work so much easier. I look forward to seeing you then. Take care now. So long. Bye.